Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dorad Bello and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am originally from Nigeria, but I live in the city of Saskatoon in the province of Saskatchewan, Canada. Every week I post useful and educative content, premium content on my channel, and this is, around my lifestyle and experiences. I've moved to Canada, and most especially how you can move to Canada via the work route and live and work as permanent resident. Today's video is quite different. It's all about what I have learned since I've been living here in Canada for about a year now. Today, I officially clocked 1 year in Canada, and I thought to share you guys what I have experienced, what I have learned so far, as well as the culture shock that I've experienced here in Canada. I thought to make a video of it and make it a fun one, and so that you guys that are still looking back home to come over to Canada, you can be a little bit prepared about for what you're gonna meet here. Of course, everybody's gonna have their experience, but I just thought share my own experience and see if someone is gonna learn a thing or two or just have fun. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Oh wait, before going forward, I just want to say thank you so much for showing all the love and support. If you're new on my channel, I will encourage that you subscribe to my channel, like join this community, and for you to stay tuned to this channel, all you have to do is turn on your notification bell so you can be the first to get notified whenever I post a new video. And to my returning subscribers, I don't know what else to say to show you guys that I really love you guys and I appreciate all your support, all the love you showed me so far. I love you guys, and let's keep up with the good work. And now let's go right into the video. Okay, so for me, the first culture shock, can I really say culture shock or something that actually wowed me? Okay, so it was when we are actually in the winter period, and my skin tends to be very active, so I get dry skin and all. So I decided to get some skincare products, and I went to Shoppers Drug Mart. I purchased some skincare products, and that was actually my first time of using those skincare products. So I brought them home and I started using them. I got about 2 to 3 different products. So I started using them at home, but after 2 days, I realized that my skin wasn't taking it, and I get more more reaction on my face, and my face started peeling off, like peeling bad. I thought maybe I should use it for like more 2 days if it's going to work. That sometimes that you use things, and for the first 2 days they don't work, and by the time you continue using it, maybe they work. That's what I was thinking. So I continued using this thing for about 4 days. Like, I used it for 4 days, but then it wasn't doing the work, and my face was getting really bad. So I'm like, I have to go and tell them at where I got it. That before going there, I was skeptical at first. To my greatest surprise, like, I have used this thing for 4 days and they took it back. I was refunded my money with no shishi lost. Like, my money was refunded back to my account, and the product was taken back from me. Like, I've used it for 4 days. This was a shock for me, and I was wowed by it. Like, their return policy is top notch. I felt this way because going back to Nigeria, where I come from, I've not experienced it before. Like, if you go on Instagram, all those online vendors, you see them. Their return policy is always no return policy. Like, you've not even purchased anything from them, and the first thing you see is no return policy. Not to talk of you buying things, and back in Nigeria, when I buy things like that, then I don't get to return this for about 4 days. I'll be like, you've used it, you've opened it, what did you want us to do about it? So you just have to keep that thing or keep it somewhere, or eventually dash it out to someone. So that, I would say, that's my first culture shock in this country. Their return policy is top notch, because I bought like 3 products, and I used it for like 4 days, and when I complained it wasn't doing the job, it was taken back from me, and I got my money back without without stress. It was just seamless. So that's the first thing I'll say that I really love about Canada. Next thing that that wowed me ever since I've been living here in Canada for about a year now is that there is value for human life. Like, they place so much values on people's life, and these I experienced on the road. Like when you are maybe walking on the road, there is usually a walkway that people can walk and not have to interfere with the vehicle that are on the road. And at every point in time, there are speed limits for when you are driving through the walk zone, and also there are speed limits where you are, approaching school playgrounds. When crossing the road, it is stipulated that the pedestrian crossing has the right of way. So you vehicles that are coming, you have to slow down. So there's value on human life. And in Nigeria, where I do not really see lots of traffic signals on the road, not to talk of pedestrian crossing sign, no. So I will say that this actually took me by surprise, because at every point in time on the road, you see, in fact, even in the neighborhood here that I'm living, there is a sign saying that pedestrian crossing, slow down. So it is something that I really, it makes me feel like, yeah, this country, they have standards and they really put value on human life. And aside that, ever since I've been living in Canada, I have not heard car hooting. I mean, on, because at every, it's like everybody here is like they are well enlightened, and the road rules and regulation, they're all abiding by it. Because even you will not really see police on the road to actually stop you or to chase you when you are, at fault. But there are cameras everywhere that can easily pick your plate number, and then you'll be fined for overspeeding, and you don't even know when this is, when this was assessed. But there are cameras at every corner, monitoring your movement on the road. So everybody tends to, I think because of that, everybody tends to, drive with their senses, and all the traffic rules and regulations are followed optimally. So another thing that really shocked me, like when I was back home in Nigeria, yes, I heard about it, but I wanted to, experience it myself, is the power supply. Oh my God. Like this can never be, be compared to where I'm coming from back home. That's Nigeria. Here, the fact that the light is consistent, it is 100%, as in I open cap for Canada government. You guys do well. Uninterrupted power supply, uninterrupted water. I mean, these are the basic amenities that people need to survive, and it is in place. I remember there was a time the power was interrupted. They took light, and you know, before we know it, in fact, I think they sent a message across that they're going to be taking light for about 30 minutes, and that's the longest. They were taking for about 30 minutes, and because they wanted to do something, and before you know it, the power was restored. And I'm like, what? This is fantastic. And I think there was another day that they took the light for about 10 minutes, and the power was restored. Man, I was, wow, this was a shock for me. And if Nigerian government can do this, like make basic amenities available for people, people will definitely, thrive, and they'll be fine to some extent, other than, having to call people to fetch it out for you, like calling all those malam to bring keg in your house and all. Like this thing, I suffered it in Nigeria. When there's no light for about like few hours, no water again. Water is cut short. So here, nothing like that. I don't have to chase, to look out to charging my phone every time. Sometimes I even forget to charge my phone, because I know that when the phone is low, I will definitely charge it. There's always going to be light. So I'm not bothered. That alone is a peace of mind. It gives you this peace of mind that no matter what happens, there will always be light at home. It's something wonderful, and I really love it here. So another thing that caught me off guard is that when rain is falling in Canada, I don't used to hear or shh, I don't hear I don't hear one pin. I don't hear sound. I'm like, what is happening? Is it because is it that the roofing system is different, or is it that I don't hear one single noise when rain is falling? I'm sorry, my voice is like this. I have cold, and but I have to make this video because I'm just excited. Being in Canada for 1 year is a lot. A lot of things have happened, and I'm happy, and I'm glad. I give glory to God for bringing me here to this country. So let's just leave that. So when rain is falling, I do not hear one single sound. And you just like when you open the window, you just be like, oh, wow, it's raining, and that's it. There's no sound that rain is falling. There's no lightning sound. I've never heard that before in Canada. And I'm like, are you sure this is normal? Because while I was back home in Nigeria, the normal thing is when it's falling, yeah, sha 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 sha. Here, nothing, and I've not really seen that heavy rainfall, like the rain that will fall, that everywhere will full. No. And again, even when rain fall, you will not see stagnant water everywhere. It's never like that. There is always, I don't know, maybe the way they channel their sewage system, or their system, the way they channel it, it is just fantastic. You will never see water logging everywhere, or it is just, there's a way I don't know. It's just the way they do their things, and I think it's perfect and normal. So I don't get to hear one single sound, nothing, and everything just went fine, and that's it. And that really was like it was a shock to me, and it swept me off my feet. One thing again that shocked me, that really surprised me here since I've been here in Canada, is that the greeting system. The greeting system here in Canada is just very simple. They don't expect you to do too much because you want to extend pleasantries to them, or you want to greet them. No, 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 no. If you want to say hello, that's all. Hi, that's all. But I realize whenever I want to greet, I want to be like, yes, I'm from an English speaking country. We hear English too in Nigeria. I'll be like, hello, good morning. Like the greeting is two. But I'll just realize when they say hello, they don't want to hear anything. In fact, sometimes when I newly came here, what I used to say is good morning, and they don't even reply that to me back. What I just tell them is hi or hello, and that's it. So the greeting system is so plain. You don't need to be too formal. You don't need to form that you have all the respect in this life, like good afternoon, good morning, good whatever. No, just hi, and that's all. Another surprise that I experienced here in Canada was when I was pregnant. Like at every point in time when I had to come in contact with someone, they'll be like, "Hi, wow, that's a big one you're having. Oh, how far have you gone? Like, how far are you in your pregnancy? And when is the due date?" Especially when I was working, we hearing them saying that, "Oh, is it a boy or a girl?" I'm like, in Nigeria, I come from, all this thing are kept secret. Because you don't know who does not like you to give birth safely. So I'll just be like, oh hi, I can't tell them. I'll just tell them that, well, we're trying to keep a secret between myself and my husband. We have not gone for scan to reveal the gender yet. So that is just what I keep telling them, because it is unusual to me. It's not normal. Like, I've not had my baby and you're asking me when am I due? Hey? And what is the gender? Is it the first baby? And then, I think they have this kind of free mind. They can tell you anything that is happening in your life. Because I realize by the time we are engaged in this topic, you're not usually like, oh, I have 4 kids. I have 2 cesarean section, and they'll just tell me everything that they've gone through in their life without me even asking. So I feel they don't have anything that is so personal. Maybe they have, but to some extent, they feel like they can just tell anybody anything. I remember the day I went to for my COVID booster. I saw this lady with a baby, and she was telling me everything about the firstborn, the secondborn, and this is the thirdborn, what she has gone through, why winter has not started. We got talking, and I'm like, wow, these people, they can be this free, and that's what exciting thing about them. But I just feel like some things are personal. I'm not ready to disclose it. Don't ask me about it. So that's one culture shock that I experienced here in Canada. Another thing that I find really, really, interesting here in Canada is that there is dignity for labor. Yeah. What I mean is that even if you are a toilet washer, or if you are the person clearing the garden or sweeping the floor, there is dignity for labor here. And, because of that, everybody tends to respect each other. They respect each other equally. Not saying that when you are in a normal office settings, there will be boss and these. Yeah, there will definitely be a kind of respect between those. But I'm talking about the normal, menial works, menial job like sweeping or garden mortar and all. There was English for labor, and that's one thing I love about Canadian people here. And that thing is that don't look down on anybody. You'll be shocked because there was this lady that I often see her face around. She's part of those that keep the environment clean where I'm living. And there was a day I was like, I think I wanted to go to get something across, or maybe just going to the car, and I saw, yeah, I was going to the car park, and I saw this lady, the kind of car she's driving. I'm like, yay, a cleaner. What? I mean, I'm not a cleaner, but the car she's driving is supersede the one that I have. So I don't understand. I'm like, what? There's credit facility here, so anybody can get whatever it is they want. Since you have all your papers, if you have your papers, you can get the kind of car you want. Then your payment is going to be mortgage. I mean, spread out for you to be able to pay. So there's nothing like because you are one bank manager, you have money more than someone. No. And again, the system here is that you can never be too rich. You always find yourself in the middle. Like if you are earning very low, there are going to be some benefits. And if you're earning very low and you are a permanent resident or maybe a Canadian citizen, there's some benefits, your benefit that are going to be made available to you and your family, to your city and your family. Don't just put it that way. And if you're earning high, the kind of benefit that you'll be getting is going to be lower compared to those that are not earning higher. So at the end of the day, you guys are going to meet in the middle. Those earning higher will meet the person that is earning lower in the middle because of the benefits that you're getting. And so that's just it. That's one thing I'll say, that it was a culture shock for me here in Canada, and I feel that nobody can be looked down on, and nobody can be disrespected because of the occupation. And this is one thing that I like about this country. Another thing that caught me by surprise was since I've been living here in Canada is time zone. Yes, guys. Well, back in Nigeria, we have just one time zone, which is West African time. In back home in Nigeria, so every state in Nigeria, if it is 1 a.m. in Lagos, it's going to be 1 a.m. across other states in Nigeria. But here in Canada, the time zone for some provinces are slightly different. Like here in Saskatchewan, when we are about maybe 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. here in Saskatchewan, in Toronto, that's Ontario, they can be like 1 hour or 1.5 hour different from our own time here. So let's say that we are 2 a.m. here, they could be around 3 a.m. or even more in Ontario. So that's one thing that caught me by surprise again. I'm like, are we not in the same country? Why are we having different time zones? So that's one thing that I have not really wrapped my head around yet. I'm still trying to understand why provinces in the same country are having different time zone. So that's something that is amazing about this place. Another thing that wowed me is maternity leave. Oh yes, guys, here in Canada, the official period for maternity leave is 1 year. Like you can take as long as 1 year to be off work, for you to be with your baby, to take your maternity leave in general, just 1 year. And if you feel like you're not ready to go back to work due to one thing or the other, you can take an additional 6 months. That's 1 year, 6 months, 18 months for maternity leave. I mean, that is too much. Back home in Nigeria, when I had my first baby, I took just 3 months off work, and that's it. No additional. 3 months of maternity leave, and you're expected back to go to work, and that's it. So here you can take up to 1 year or 18 months. So that's a lot actually, because you get bored staying at home, especially if you don't have any other thing you're doing. And that's one thing that is a culture shock for me here in this country. Having a car in Canada is not a luxury. It is not a luxury at all. It is a necessity. Like if you have your own car in Canada, you are free from paying Uber or going to open buses that would delay you before you even get to where you want to go. So having a car is something that everybody that wants to come and live here should look up to, because you will have the liberty to go to wherever you want to go to and be back before time. Another thing about living in Canada is that it can get really, really boring. Yes. So I'll advise that if you're coming over here, to live and work, or to do as permanent resident in general. What I can advise is that try to do things that can make you happy. Yes, you're gonna be surprised how boring it can get quickly when you're here. And the reason is because you at least see people on the road, like myself. I usually love to be indoor if I'm not doing anything, or just browse through the net and see what I can learn. But sometimes I get tired of all of these things, and I just want to go through the balcony or the window and see what's going on. But I still end up getting bored anyway, because you would never see anybody walking on the road. Or maybe sometimes you just see one or two people working, but most cases you just not see nothing. The only thing you see is cars, and that's all. So what I would say is that try to make yourself happy. Do you, if it is taking yourself out, or buying yourself gifts occasionally just to make you feel good. Yes, do it. Do things that can make your mental health your priority, and do things that make you happy. And that's one thing you can do to keep the spirit going, or to keep your body and yourself going. Another thing is, try as much as possible to make friends. Yeah. Try to reach out to those that are back at home. Reach out to them, talk to them on the phone. All of these things help. Yes, it helps to elevate boredom, and it helps to make your mind a bit freer. Yeah, because I'm still home with my baby on maternity leave, and sometimes I get overwhelmed, even though I'm not doing nothing. But the fact that I've been home for some time, I get really overwhelmed and tired. I just want out. That's when I would now go on the walk, and just to feel the fresh breeze, and just to stretch my legs, and that works. And I also do, like, try to call my mom or my sisters or my dad back home, just to talk to them, and also my friends too. Do video calling. It helps me to elevate boredom. So try as much as possible to make friends, and try to make yourself happy here, because it can get really, really boring. Another thing is that try to have someone you know in one corner, that try to sort of have someone that can help you, that you can in time of needs, that you can easily call for attention and get answer. Because yes, this place, you can get lost within yourself, like you can get lost in your thought. So you need someone that you can talk to, you know like friends, or someone that can always be there for you. It could be hard for you to find someone, but by the time you put your head down, join your in Nigerian communities, try to find someone that you can be friends with. This can also help you, you know to keep yourself secure. Let me just say secure, like, in some cases, you see that in the long run it will help to have someone around, to talk to. Be hopeful, be optimistic. It is not everybody that have it rosy here in Canada on their first year. Some are still struggling. Yeah, I know of some people that when they came here about 6 months, they haven't found work yet, and they still need to do some menial job, like driving Uber, or working in Walmart and all. So those are side also that can keep your mind going, that can pay your bills. So sometimes it can be, it can make you feel down, but be optimistic, be hopeful that one day you get that your dream job. And always ask questions, always ask people questions. You can't be an island of knowledge. And this is not the same environment you left back home. It's a new environment. So try as much as possible to socialize with people, and also to ask questions. Do your research, ask questions. Try to volunteer if you can. All of these things help you in meeting people and growing your own social circle. So that's just it. So guys, this will mark the end of today's video, and I hope you enjoy it. Like, I'm so thankful to God that I'm celebrating 1 year in Canada. I hope that I'll take myself out maybe in the evening. I'm truly happy, and I'm thankful to God for the journey so far, and I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I want you to do so right now by subscribing and turning on the notification bell, so you can get notified whenever I post video. And I'll see you very, very soon in my next video. And until then, bye.